Hello everyone. Today we are going to start about the function call. So our function call, this is two types. One is call by value, another one is call by address. So first we are going to discuss about the call by value. So in this, actual argument in calling function copied into formal argument in the call function. So here the changes made to the formal argument have no effect on actual argument. If we have changed the arguments, the formal argument, then that does not affect the actual argument. Okay, so here the calling function in the main function, the copied into the formal argument. Okay. So first we write one program, then we understood easily how this works. So first we write one program. Swap of two numbers. Swap means the changing of two numbers. Okay, if we are entering a equals to 10, b equals to 20, then after swapping our result is a equals to 20 and b equals to 10. Okay, the values are interchanged with each other. So this is called the swapping technique. So first we are writing the program. stdio.h conio.h. okay, next we are start our function declaration part. So function, next my function name, swap v, swapping of the variables using the call by value. So here I write v, then int x, int y, because here we are using the two variable values. Then I start the word main, int a equals to 10, b equals to 20. I directly enter here the values. Then I call the function. This is the calling function a, b. Next I print the value, printf a equals to %d, b equals to %d, a, b. Okay, after swapping we are going to display here the values. So next here, this is my calling function. Okay, next here I write the definition of the function. So void swap v a b. Okay, so in the calling function here I write a b, but here what I pass? Int x, int y. Okay, so here what I write here? Not a and b. Here I am going to pass int x, int y. If I write here a and b, that is wrong, because in the function declaration part we are using this type of declaration. Okay, so now I swap here the numbers. So first, what is the swapping process? Here I use another variable int t, then t equals to x, x equals to y, y equals to, this one is semicolon, okay, y equals to t. Next I write here printf, x equals to %d, y equals to %d, x and y. Okay, so this is my function part. So how this part works here? So look here. First my whose values are passes here. First I pass these values. Okay, a and b. So what is the value of a and b? Here I pass a and b. So what is the value? Here I pass 10, 20. So now these values are copy and come to here. Okay, so now after they are copying, x equals to 10, y equals to 20. So now we are going to interchange the values x and y values inside this function. So here how I exchange the values? For that I use another variable that is t. So in the first line I write t equals to x. Okay, so now look here, 10 in the y place, 20 is present. Now I use another variable t. Okay, so now this value is go to the x. So now t equals to 10. So now this place is blank. Now here is no value. So now I can store the 20 value here. So for that I write x equals to y. So now the y value come to x place and here is 20. Now this is blank, this place is empty. So now I write here y equals to t. So what is the value of t here? 10. Okay. So now this value is come to here, the 10 value. So when I write printf, so what is the value? X equals to 20 and y equals to 10. So now the values are interchanged here. So in the call by value, we are passing the values to the, this is my actual argument, this is my formal argument. Okay, so here we are going to copy the actual argument value to the formal argument. Okay, so look here, I write here, in this actual argument in calling function, copy into formal argument in called function. So here the value of the actual argument copy to the formal argument, and using that numbers we are making here some function operations. Okay, so this is my call by value method. So now we check this one, how this executed. So look here, I already write here the program. Okay, so now I compile this one and check is there any some error. No, the errors are 0. Okay, so now I execute the program, run. Now look, what is the value? X equals to 20. In the starting, x equals to 20, y equals to 10, then a equals to 10, b equals to 20. Okay, so look. So now look what is the output of this program. First is x equals to 20, y equals to 10 and a equals to 10, b equals to 20. Okay, so after this line we are going to the another line here. So here we use the slash n for this. After this %d, here I use slash n, then this line is going to the another line. Okay, in our execution screen. So why first x equals to 20, y equals to 10 display? So look, in our C programming, inside the void main we are, our program execution is finished here. So how the program is executed here? First the compiler come to this line, we enter here the values, next come to this line, swap b. Okay, when we execute this line means the program is coming to the this part. the void swap part. What you write inside this function, that part is displayed in this line. Okay, so now in this line, what is your output? X equals to percentage d, y equals to percentage d. So first our output is x equals to 20, y equals to 10. Next our compiler come to this line. So in this line, what is written here? Printf a equals to percentage d. So a equals to 10, b equals to 20. Okay. So look here, what I write here. Look what I write here. What is the function? What is the operation in my call by value? Okay, so look what I write here. Here the changes made to the formal argument. We are changing here the formal argument, means now the formal argument values are changed here. Here the changes made to the formal argument have no effect on actual argument. Now here the values are changes, but that does not affect the actual argument here, because after this line if we execute this one, so the values are same, that is before we input it here to the computer. Okay, after this call function, after this function, the values are not changed. So in the call by value, the values are not changed here. Okay, they are 10 and 20 only. The x and y values are changed, they are numbers. Okay, x equals to 20, y equals to 10. So this is the technique of the call by value. Okay, so now we are going to call by address. Call by address. So in the call by value we pass the value, and in the call by address what we pass? We pass the address. So the name is call by address. So here address of actual argument copied into formal argument. Okay, here the address of actual argument copied to the formal argument, not the value. So using this address, we access to the actual argument and able to manipulate, means change them. Okay, so here we are using the address of a variable. If here I use the a and b, so what we pass inside the function? Address of a and the address of b we are passing here. Okay, in the function, here I write the function name, so we are passing here the address of a and address of. So if a equals to 10, b equals to 20, so what value we pass here? The address 20. If this one is the address 10022. Okay, because for the integer number the size is 2 bytes, so after the 22 position we store the value 20. In this place of the memory we store the value of 10. So this values we are passing in the call by address. So now we write a program. So the call by the address of a, so where we store the address of a, that is called pointer. Okay, so here we are using a pointer value asterisk x, and the address of b stores where? Pointer y. So this is the pointer symbol that we use here. So what is the value here? Okay, so x equals to address of a, y equals to address of b, and the x equals to the 10 and the y equals to 20. Okay, so how? If I write asterisk, then the x value is ampersand a. Okay, so now these two symbols are cancelled, so now this one is a. So these two values are equal. these two values are equal, that is 10. So same here, then ampersand b equals to b, means these two values are equal, that is 20, and here is 10. Okay, so now we are passing the address in our program. Okay, so we write a program here, the same program, okay, only using the call by address technique. Okay, we use the header file here. Now I declare void swap r. Okay, call by address. So here you use the reference variable. So here I write r, then int asterisk int y. For the pointer we use this type of values. Next I write here void main int a equals to 10, b equals to 20. Then I call this one swap r address. Here we pass the address, and if I write here clear screen after the declaration of the variables, here I write. Okay, then I write here printf a equals to %d, b equals to %d, a b. Okay, so now is get ch. Next I come to this line here, so void swap r, and look here, in all the time our function name is same, because this is one function I use in my program. So int x int y. So here what I pass here, the address is we use here. Okay, the address we use here. Then int t equals to same technique here I use only the pointer value. X equals to y equals to t. Okay, same technique we use in our call by value method. Okay, so here the values are displayed. So t equals to, what is value here, 10 and 20. Okay, because x equals to address of a, y equals to address of b, we pass the address. So I use asterisk x equals to 10, asterisk x equals to y. Now we are using the asterisk value here. So t equals to 10 first, x value is come to here, now x equals to 20, and in this line y equals to 10. So after this line, what is my output? So now my output is, first we check what is the output. Okay, so look here, what we pass here, we pass the address of a and the address of b. So first we compile this one. Look here, the errors are 0. Okay, now we execute our program. Okay, so look here, a equals to 20, b equals to 10. Okay, after we change the values. So look here, now after this operation, this value is changes. Now this value is 20, this one is 10. But in the call by value, after the call function, after this function, the value is not changed. But in the call by address method, after this line executed, now in this line our values are changes. Okay, so in the call by value method, if we change something inside this function, that does not affect to the here. But in the call by address, if we are doing some changes here, that affect to the this part. Okay, so this is the difference between the call by value and the call by address. Okay, so next we are going to discuss about the function recursion. Recursion. Okay, the function recursion. So what is this? When a function called itself, that called the same function called itself, then recursion occurs. A function called recursive if a statement within the body of a function calls the same function. Okay, the body of the function calls the same function. That is the process of recursion. Okay, so now we are writing one program. Write a program that find factorial of a number using the recursion function. Okay, so now we are at the program. So now look, we are find the factorial of a number. Okay, so how we calculate the factorial of a number? If I calculate the factorial of a number 4, then what is the operation? 4 into 3 multiplication 2 multiplication 1. Okay, we are counting 4, then 4 minus 1, then 3, 3 minus 1, then 2, then 2 minus 1. Okay, this is the 24. This is the actual output of this program, 24. If we enter the value n, so look here, first here I declare the function declaration. Here I use the integer value, means the function return one integer value. Look here, our output is one integer value, so our function return the integer value, and we are input the n value, that is also integer. So here using what value we are doing the operation, we have to input one number. Okay, we have to input one number, then our computer calculate the factorial of that number. So input here one number int n, and here I use another variable. Here I store the factorial value, means fact equals to 24. After the output we store the value here. So for this here I use another variable. Okay, so now clear screen. Before the previous program execution output now clear here. Now compiler come to this line, enter a number. So in my output screen, what is display? Enter a number. Okay, and here I enter the 4 number. So now the value of n is stored in the percentage t. So n equals to 4. So this is my n. Now I enter in this line. Scanf is input this value inside the memory. Next I come to this line, fact variable. Here I write the fact equals to, I call the factorial function. So when I call the factorial function, means that come to this function part. This is my factorial function operations. I write here inside this. Okay, so now what value I pass here? N equals to 4. So I use here one condition. If I use n equals to 1, okay, then 1, the result is only 1. So here I write int f equals to 1. I initialize the f value equals to 1. This is the f value. What we return here? We have to return here the value. So if n equals to 0, what is the value of 0 factorial? That is 1. Okay, so if I enter here, enter a number 0, then the output is what? The factorial equals to 1. But here I enter the value of n, means the n equals to 0. This part is not satisfied. Now I are coming to the else part. So what is here? What operation? Return n, means 4 into, again I call the function here. Look what is doing here, n minus 1. So now the same function I call here again inside this function. Inside the factorial function I again call this function, same like this one. Look here, factorial n, here I write factorial n minus 1, means 3 factorial. N minus 1 factorial means we have to calculate 3 factorial. So now in this line again our compiler come to here, this line. Okay, again now the Shani check if n equals to 0. No, my n is now 3. So now come to else part. So next is your return 4 into 3 into factorial 2. Okay, so next is again the same function is executed. So next return 4 into 3 into 2 into factorial 1. Okay, so now what is the final output? What is we result here? 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Okay, so now this is my result. So inside this function I again call the same function repeatedly. Okay, so means what we return here, what is the value? So this is equals to 24. So now this line is finished. Now my this line execution is finished here. Now printf factorial equals to percentage defect. So now what is the value of fact is stored here. So now what is my output here? Fact equals to, first is this line in my output screen, then fact equals to 24. Okay, factorial equals to, okay, what I write here, look here what I write here, factorial equals to 24, not fact. Here is display factorial equals to 24. So now understood what is the recursion. Okay, so these are the different functions we use in our C programming. Okay, so now our function chapter is finished. So in our next we are going to start the pointer. Okay, so bye bye and thank you.